in it tonight. I'm gonna make some edits real quick. Grab our milk. Always gonna have our milk, right? Always gonna have our milk. Let's get in it. All right. All right, looks like that's set up. Let's get this pinned up before we start getting an influx. We're in it. We're in it. All right. Hey, Sandy, welcome back. Welcome back. We're about to start the workout. It started a little later tonight. I had a lot going on today, so it happens a lot. It happens often. All right, let's get set up here, guys. We got our bench all to ourselves. So last night we did the 1,000 push-ups. I will tell you right now that 1,000 push-ups, slightly sore. Nice, Sandy. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. That's awesome. That's big news. That's big news. I am super glad to hear that you're doing well with that. I put my email in the chat yesterday. I don't know if you saw it or got a hold of it, but email me when you can. I'll put it in the chat again today at some point, and we'll get you set up for the training. I haven't forgotten. So we're about to get warmed up, though. Whew. Usually I wear a light jacket for my first few sets, let my blood start flowing, but jacket's in the wash, or at least that one is. I'll use my heavy jacket tonight. But yeah, that 1,000 push-ups last night, I'll tell you, I don't feel considerably sore, but right here in my pectoral, tricep, you know, the areas you'd expect it, like a very slight soreness today, and I don't usually get sore, so it definitely tried a little bit. But hopefully once we start moving the bar around, we'll ease up some of that soreness. I feel just as strong, just a little sore. That's it. Whew. Yeah, I imagine that stays pretty busy. Oh, right here by the elbow, I'm more sore. How's it going, Thunder? We just started. You got here right on time. We are in recovery mode from the 1,000 push-ups last night, and doing some bench anyways. We're basically just going to do a shorter version of the workout tonight, finish recovering. But I feel pretty good. I actually don't feel super worn. I feel like I did a pretty maybe I doubled up my normal routine is what it feels like. Maybe not even that much. So, appreciate it, Thunder. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm super excited about it still. So, 1,000 push-ups, though, I tell you what, I felt it the most this morning in my mid-back. So, that's probably where I got the most soreness, and I think that's from holding that push-up position for almost, off and on for, probably a total of an hour-ish. With rest included, So, yeah, we're going to do 225. We're getting warmed up still. So, we're going to go higher than this tonight. Just a double here. Just a nice little double. We'll get warmed up. I don't normally. I probably have watched a little bit, but I don't get a lot of time to watch things. Typically, my time is spent in the gym doing stuff almost all day. Like, I've already been here for most of my day. But I never miss a workout, no matter how sore I am, unless I think I've only ever missed a handful of days in 4.5 years. And that was mostly, I think when I caught COVID, I missed a week. And then when I had a small neck tweak, but it was quite painful, but it wasn't anything major. I missed a day. So I try not to miss any days. So we're not going to let the soreness slow us down. You know, I haven't gotten the chance to watch much anime. I think the last thing I watched is I watched a little bit of One Punch Man. And some that was I think that was the last anime I touched. To be honest, it's been a long time. I get probably like in front of a screen at home maybe an hour a day, and a lot of that's taken up by programming for clients. So I used to watch a good little bit of it though. Everything feels the same, just slightly sore. That's the best way to explain this. I'm trying to find a way to explain what the bench feels like after 1,000 push-ups. It feels like it did prior, speed and movement, but it feels like it should be heavy. Does that make sense? Like my body says this should be heavy right now, but it's moving at the right speed. So I don't know how to explain that. Whew. We actually do have a couple of flat screens in here though. They're off during my workouts, but whew. We're gonna add some more weight. I think 315 still in the tank tonight, even with the little bit of recovery we're doing. Let's grab 315 real quick. I want a matching plate though. I'm gonna go grab a matching plate. I'm sorry to hear that, Sandy. I know you mentioned that you were, it was your birthday. Hopefully you're not in the ER for too long today. Hopefully you're all right. That's no good. That's no good. All right, we're gonna grab a hold of 315. This will be the heaviest we go tonight, I think. Purely based on the fact that I am so spent from yesterday. So we won't go anything over 315 tonight. We'll keep it a little light. So honestly, this is probably gonna hurt more than anything because I'm already starting to feel my triceps activate back up. I'm already getting the pump in them. So they are recognizing yesterday for sure. I'm from South Carolina. That's rough, Sandy. That's rough. Hopefully they can get you in and out of there pretty quick with minimal issue, you know. But yeah, I'm from South Carolina, North Flow Consulting. Good old South Kakalaki. It is midnight. It is midnight. We are just starting up though. This is the start of the workout for the night. We'll be here for about an hour and a half working out. I've already been at the gym today for give or take, 5 hours. So all right. But I had to give myself as much recovery time as possible between last night and today because that 1,000 push-ups definitely tried me. Yeah, PR right now is 350 pounds, but we're still recovering from the recovery day yesterday. So no, buddy, I just really enjoy working out. Usually I have Sundays as a rest day though. Usually Sundays I don't work out at all. And yesterday we did a special where we did 1,000 push-ups in 2 hours for 1,000 subscriber special. So my chest and triceps are definitely on the further end of spent still. So But we're gonna get 315. We won't go probably won't go any higher than 315 tonight. I already feel like it's gonna be a bit of a struggle bus, which it normally isn't. So, all right, let's get it. Not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, it moved really quick. Didn't feel bad at all. Where you're from and what's your bench? That's a tough one. All I've got to go on is your name here, North Flow. I'm gonna guess North Carolina. I'm gonna give you 325 on the bench. I'm gonna give you a nice good number. How close am I? Man, if I got that on the nose. India. All right, cool. I'm still giving you 325 pounds. 325 on the bench. You're about to tell me like 580, watch. About to make me look bad, man. Kilos or pounds? Kilos or pounds? I know not everybody. That's heavy. That's good stuff, boss. That's nice and heavy. Killing it. I am not John Wayne. And he says from India, not Indiana. As in the country. I believe he's talking about the country. You're my John Wayne. I am definitely not John Wayne. All right. I've got choices to make here. So we did 1,000 push-ups last night. 315 moved pretty good. I think I'm gonna add 5 more pounds because it didn't feel like I thought it was gonna feel. And then we'll call it on the bench for the night today. And it actually felt pretty light. I'm gonna be honest. We'll go 320 for tonight though. We'll go 320 for tonight. How's it going, Top Gamer? I'm 5'11", and I weigh 172-ish pounds right now, give or take. I mean, I haven't weighed about a week, but about 172 would be probably accurate still. 173 maybe, right? So right now my bench is 350. So appreciate it. Always good to have people coming back through the stream. All right, we're gonna grab a hold of this 320. Bench feels a lot better than I thought it was gonna feel tonight. So what's the question? Appreciate that, Top. Always cool to have fans. That's new for me. What's your question? I want to pronounce your name correctly. Ayuf? Alf? One of those might be right. Tell me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'll fix it. Thank you, Top Gamer. We're back on our regular grind today, Jolly. We're recovering from last night still. We're still recovering from last night. The triceps are a little sore. The chest is a little sore after the push-ups. So, but we're not doing too terrible. So it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm a trainer. I'm a coach, and I manage this gym. So I'm a full-time strength trainer, weight loss trainer, all that good stuff. So a fever is a serious situation when it comes to lifting because a fever, being sick reduces your power output pretty significantly. So lifts that are normally easy are tough, right? So even if we're not looking from a general health perspective, you're still not going to get as much out of your workout as you normally would. I don't recommend lifting with a fever. That's not recommended. I know people that have done it, and I know people that have even competed while having the flu. But it is not recommended. You're not going to get a lot of gain from it. You're probably not going to be able to eat as much to maintain the muscle that you have broken down, things along those lines. So not generally recommended. But I'm going to grab this and then I'll come back to the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. And then if you want to support the channel, you can in the pinned comment, my buy me a coffee. It helps out a lot. Oh, feels good. Feels good. 320 move pretty good. Thank you, Forrest. I appreciate it. I did recover this morning. That's a lot of vapes to get for your birthday. That's a lot of vapes to get for your birthday. I'm trying to get the names right, but if you did you give me a breakdown for the name here? Hold on. You let me know how to pronounce it, and I will do my best. Ooh, we're gonna do some curls. We're gonna do cables today, we'll do cables today because I am slightly recovering. I might have missed your last message. Hold on. So I already have my marketing set up. Definitely in the future, if I have an opening for someone to do marketing for me, I'll let you know. I do my best to pronounce everybody's names properly, but it doesn't always work out. All right. Yeah, I've already got my marketing covered for all of that. So I appreciate it, though. I'll keep you in mind if I ever have an opening for that. Completely. Well, I wouldn't say completely free. I pay for, obviously, the marketing as far as like what I have to pay to have it marketed out. But very, very inexpensive. Almost free. I wouldn't be the right person to advertise to. I have a lot of friends in the marketing industry. So I do well on my marketing. I also am involved in it myself, so I'm pretty well versed on it. I appreciate the offer, though. I will keep you in mind if I ever have a need for more marketing. Whew. All right, we're gonna do sets of 7 here, starting with 230, and then we'll work our way up. Well, I'm glad you're out of there. Hopefully they got your shoulder taken care of without too much trouble. And welcome, Prodigy. You were here the other night. Welcome back. At least I believe you were. I'm almost sure. I do pretty well remembering names. So, all right, let's get a set of 7 here. Right now we're at 230. I don't know if you guys can even see the block from there. So... Felt good. All right, we're going 275 on the next one. That's our warm-up set. Nice, Jolly. I'm super happy about that. That's cool. Body weight for 500, though? That's a lot of reps. That's a lot of reps. How long did it take you, Jolly, to do 500 reps of body weight? I'm going to give you benefit of the doubt and believe you here, Jolly, but that's almost unbelievable. Almost unbelievable. My body weight is 172 pounds. I don't know about Jolly's body weight. Whew. That's tough. That's tough, Jolly. I'm gonna give you benefit of the doubt that you're telling me the truth, Jolly. But I don't know anybody that's ever done that many reps of any weight on the bench. So that's tough. I can tell you right now, the first 500 push-ups yesterday out of the 1,000 felt tough. So benching my body weight for 500 sounds extreme, and I'm pretty well trained. I would say that borders on unbelievable. But I'm going to give you benefit of the doubt. Because let's say even at body weight, the most I've ever done at body weight was 30 reps at body weight. So all right, we're going to do the full brick for this next set. Gonna get one more set of 7 here. Like I said, guys, there's not gonna be anything super crazy happening tonight. There's not gonna be any calisthenics at the end because that 1,000 push-up challenge yesterday was all the calisthenics for the month. So anybody that didn't see it, by the way, I did make it public. If you want to watch me suffer, you can speed it up to 2 times or whatever else to get it done a little faster, because it was about 2 hours. We did 1,000 push-ups last night to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. We did them in like sets of 20. Took about 2 hours total. I was feeling those last sets though. When I got to 960 push-ups, I was like, those weren't too bad. And I was like, I'm surprised by my own level of endurance, honestly. And then those last 2 sets, the last 40 push-ups, the end of both of those sets was hard. They got hard quick. I think it was apparent in the stream for sure. All right, another set of 7. I might do one more set here. I feel pretty good. Biceps ain't too bad right now. Whew. The theme is, what can we get done without feeling like we're going to collapse? Because we did that 1,000 push-ups challenge last night. So about 24 hours ago, actually. So, we're still going to do the full normal workout, though. We're going to curl, shoulders, rear delts, tricep extensions. So powerlifting, so outside of sponsors and things along those lines, there's not a lot of money to be made in powerlifting in the sport itself as a competitor until you're at the really high levels. Now, even then, it's not like a super considerable amount of money. Now, through sponsorships and brand deals and stuff, you can make some money, yes. That's how I make my money when I powerlift, is it's through sponsorships or things along those lines. So I'll tell you, that's surprising actually, Jolly, because most local competitions don't pay out. There's not like a payout for them. They're usually something that's basically for the title and for the medal. That's why you're competing, or to go to the next level. Most local competitions don't have a prize. So if there's a local competition giving out prize money, even $100, that's a big deal at the local level. That's a big deal at the local level. I've never seen a local level competition give out prize money. I've seen them give out some cool prizes, but not direct prize money. State level maybe, national, international, yeah, you can find them, but local is harder to find. All right, another set of 7. So good. All right, that is that done and done. Let's move on. Let's go get some shoulders in. Let's get some shoulders in. I'm gonna put this up real quick. Whew. All right, we're gonna go do some shoulders. Any pull-ups tonight? Probably not, I'm gonna be honest. Probably not. Nice, Charlie. That's cool to hear. That's good work. That's solid. So that's an accomplishment for sure. 100%. right, that there. We're gonna do standing tonight because standing's a bit easier than seated for me. So, should give us a little leg drive because triceps are tricepping right now from yesterday. All right, let's kick this up. And what also part of my goal tonight is to not only get the workout done, but also still allow just enough that I'm continuing my recovery to some extent. Not doing anything super extensive. Yeah, so Prodigy, if it wasn't for last night's calisthenic experience, we probably would do some pull-ups tonight. But last night, the 1,000 push-ups was a lot of calisthenics. A lot of calisthenics. So we're going to stick to weightlifting tonight because I want a good recovery overnight tonight. I want to feel almost new tomorrow so we can get back on the regular grind. Sandy, some of your messages keep getting redacted. I'm not sure. It's not me doing it, I assure you. I'm not sure what's going on. YouTube's picking it up and kicking them for some reason, and I don't have any way to fix that. Yeah, and honestly, I'm not even that tired, and I'm not like extraordinarily sore, but I am just like mildly sore all the way across every pushing muscle right now, and pull-ups probably wouldn't hurt too bad, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my standard 3 sets of 7 on everything, or a set of 7 and some doubles and singles. Get enough that the muscles are still active and moving the way they normally would on a Monday. And then I'm going to sleep, and then we'll stream late tomorrow, and that should give me another 24 hours of recovery before we start lifting intensive. So that's usually how I do it if I end up doing something abnormal on a Sunday that wears me out more than it should on a rest day. So, which 1,000 push-ups definitely qualifies. Like those feel good and terrible at the same time. I do eat fruits. Generally, bananas are my go-to, or like mandarin oranges. Those are my usual go-tos. And I usually eat them right before I work out. I generally don't eat fruit unless I'm about to work out. I like to use that fructose, that good fruit sugar, get my blood sugar spiked for the workouts generally. What am I planning for later accomplishments? Well, my next accomplishment is going to be grabbing that milk, and then we'll talk about my future plans. So, accomplishment plan, right? This year, what we're looking to do about 5 to 7 meets. I plan on competing at nationals this year, so that'll be cool. Definitely looking to peak, get up over 405 on the bench would be a cool thing to have happen here some point early this year. And then I'd like to break like a 700-pound deadlift here soon too, within the next 3 or 4 or 5 months, somewhere in there, 3 to 5 months. So, and get myself to like a 15 or 16, 1700 pound total would be awesome as a start. But we'll work on that. Those are goals for the moment. But my goals are ever changing. Like once I get a 405 bench, I'll want a 450 bench. You know, it's always going to change. It's always going to change. All right. It's always going to be one step more. I always want to lift a little heavier than I did the last time. Woo, these feel heavy tonight. Yep. Shoulders are feeling the push-ups. Shoulders are feeling the push-ups. I think we're going to keep our shoulder set short tonight. Whew. Otherwise, I'm feeling like crap tomorrow too. This might be our shortest portion of the workout of shoulders tonight. Because I had to drive on that one, and that was only 185. Usually I don't have to start using leg drive until 200. Whew. God. But that's all right. That's all right. It was worth it. Yeah, so most I've ever done standing with leg drive, so push press, is 240-ish, 245. I don't remember if it was 240 or 245. But yeah, I appreciate it. It's definitely heavier lift. So anything shoulders standing is going to be a tough one, right? So all right. I'm going to grab one more of these shoulder presses. Yes, they build muscle. So shorter sets generally better for building muscle mass, whereas your longer sets are going to burn more calories, help you stay leaner. As long as your diet's appropriate, you'll still build muscle, just not at the same rate, not the same type of muscle that you would build. So that's why you'll find guys that are huge, the way 250, 300, big guys, right? And even some of them kind of lean, right? And they're benching the same as someone that, is, 100 pounds lighter than them, but lifts heavy on a normal basis, whereas they're lifting more endurance type sets, longer sets to failure. They tend to, have more endurance for more lifts. So like they might be able to beat that guy out in 225 for reps, but that guy might match them shot for shot on the bench on heavyweight. So that's cool, Sandy. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Different type of muscles being developed. Different types of muscles being developed. I think I missed another comment there. Have I ever experienced shoulder pain while squatting? I'm not squatting at the moment, although I keep sitting at this bar like I'm about to squat it. Maybe. It depends on what you mean by shoulder pain. If you're feeling pain in your shoulder, you could be misracking or misaligning on the bar. Putting too much weight to one side, lining up too low on the bar, too high on the bar. Generally, if you're too high, it'll be neck pain. Too low or slightly to the left or right, you're putting acute pressure on one side of the shoulder. Honestly, best thing you could do if you're feeling like pressure pain from the weight is to build your shoulders a little bit more. Focus in there and kind of build a padding, build some muscle there to kind of help, keep it off of any kind of bone or, softer tissue. So a lot of people, until they get their shoulders built up, do experience some discomfort with the bar on their back at heavier weights. That's where those little bar pads come in handy. I don't like using them, but if you're getting pain in your shoulders, if it's not like sharp, like injury pain, and it's just like discomfort, that might be why, because you need to build your shoulders up a little bit. Maybe not. You might have great shoulder build. I have no idea. I haven't seen you. All right, let's grab this though. That one felt better than the last one, and that one was heavier. That's 185, 190, 195. So, yeah, so if you're extending that joint too much, so with me, it's a matter of finding where my hands are comfortable, because if I go out wide here, I get a little bit of discomfort in the front of my shoulder. If I go a little bit more narrow, when I go to lift it, I get a little discomfort in my triceps. So I have to find kind of that middle ground. So just play with it. Your hands can be about as far out as the rack if you're comfortable with that. Just make sure you don't squish them, Most people ring finger on the ring is a good starting point. Try that for a couple reps. If you feel discomfort, feel it in the tricep, move out further. If you feel it in the shoulder, move in a little bit closer. And try not to flare your elbows back as much. That'll help with your shoulder. So we're doing shoulders right now. I was just demonstrating something. We're going to add another 5 pounds. We'll do one more press here because that one didn't feel too terrible. And we'll do one more single And then we'll move on to some rows of some sort. We've got deadlifts tonight. I'm not sure how deadlifts are going to feel, I'm going to be honest. I imagine they'll feel fine, but that stretch on everything is going to make it a little bit rough probably. Nice, Amir. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, let's grab this for one, and then we'll talk about some rows. We're going to do some rows. Might do dumbbell tonight. I'm not sure yet. All right. Yep. Whew. Oh, good. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Let's de-rack this real quick. Let me tie my shoe. I'll read some chat. Honestly, guys, this is going to be a shorter stream tonight, most likely, because there's no calisthenics at the end. I'm going to de-rack this real quick. Probably going to be about an hour. Always getting stronger, always getting stronger. That's the goal. I am going to leave this, I'm going to leave the 135 on there for deadlifts later. We'll come back to it. All right, let's do some rows. You know what? Let's do cables tonight. We'll do dumbbells tomorrow. They line up with my natural routine. I kind of made them work together. So we've done bench, curls, shoulders now. We're about to do some rows. We're taking everything a little bit easier tonight. I'm not super sore from yesterday's stream, but just enough that I want to continue recovering a bit. So we're doing shorter sets again, or short sets today. We went up to 320 on the bench and it felt pretty good. So all right, we're gonna go 170 for the first set, and then we'll climb it from there. I have been seeing some support at the Buy Me a Coffee page, which is cool. So those of you that are doing that, I appreciate it. And everybody that supports over there, no matter how much, gets a personalized video from me thanking them. So, all right, let's grab this. Nice set of 7. Well, good. That's 180 for 7 done and done. 180 for 7 done and done. How's it going? I think that's the FU guy. It's the FU guy. Welcome back. This is mostly back and bicep. Back and bicep, rowing towards the body. Pulling towards the body. A lot of bicep work in there, some back. It's a very good compound movement. I love rows. I usually rotate different types of rows out every day. So we're partially in recovery tonight, Justin. We did 1,000 push-ups last night for the celebration stream. So we've got we're still doing our normal workout though. Right now we're doing rows. We've already benched, curled, shoulder pressed. So got rows, and then we're gonna do which protein? When I take protein powder, I look for whey isolate. I always look for a whey isolate. That's the type of protein I preference. Brand is up to you. I look for cleaner brands. I love rows. Rows are great. They are one of those movements, though, they never feel like you're getting quite enough workout done. You always got to do some extra. No, this is I manage this gym. I'm also a full-time fitness coach. But I've always been kind of gifted with rows. I've always been really good at heavy rows. So maybe it's just me. Cables are great. Bar rows, it's difficult to get that good core position. Once you learn it, it's really good, but they are hard to learn. They are hard to learn. Because with bar rows, there's like, you're slightly too far over and you're taking away, you're pulling more with the bicep, you're not getting as much back and lat. You're up too high and now you're pulling still with, you're kind of hinging it up, giving yourself a little momentum, you're taking away from it again. So it's one of those things where you've got to learn that core position, which is like that high angle, right? And you've got to be able to maintain that. So you have to have a strong core at the same time. Right now, my bench press PR is 350 pounds. Right now, my bench press PR is 350. How's it going, Nathaniel? All right, I'm gonna grab a hold of this real quick. Sandy, I wouldn't be able, I don't know if I'd have any advice for wrestlers, like offhand, like just generalized advice. Of course, staying extremely lean and things along those lines are going to be helpful for wrestlers. So really lean diets and working on grip strength movements. So like rack pulls could be good for them, you know. Okay, move to blocking the view. Is that right? I am natural. So that might be, so I went from 75 pounds on the bench to 350 pounds on the bench in 4.5 years. A TAR solution. So I'd need a little bit more information. I need to know your body weight, kind of how much body fat you're carrying and things along those lines to give you any real advice on that. But increasing calories in is always a good start. So it sounds like you're doing that. You should be in a net positive calorie. And then, increasing, your gram of protein is important. But I wouldn't know how much you should be taking in until I know your body metrics. So lifting heavier, shorter sets safely is really good for building mass. Try not to do too many reps or too much cardio. That was full brick, 210. Ugh. I never used a personal trainer. I am a personal trainer, but I never used a personal trainer. I developed, so when I first started working out, I'm gonna be 100% transparent. I basically went to Google and I typed in how to get big, right? That's like might have been the actual exact how to get big muscles. I probably typed that in, right? That might be exact to the T on what I typed in. And I Googled it. I didn't have any resources to do that, right? And basically the two things I took away from that initial Google search was eat a lot of food, right? And it didn't even tell me what type of food. It just said eat a lot of food and then lift heavy things, right? So those were the two things that I took away from it. And and keep your reps short and your do more sets at heavier weight with less reps, right? And so what I was doing, I do 6 days a week. Twice a week's great. I'm a 6 day a week guy personally. So what I was doing is I would actually leave work, go to lunch, right? And yeah, I've got about 40 clients total. About 40 clients total at the moment. I've off and on trained probably over 100 people over the last 3 years, but 40 clients current. Yeah. I manage this gym as well. So, so when I first kicked off my routine, right? This is like, I was 117 pounds when this started, right? So I would leave work for lunch, right? I would go to a gym just down the street. It was just a $10 a month gym, right? I would, on the way there, drink a store brand protein shake, right? Because I didn't have a ton of money. So I'd drink a store brand protein shake. And then I'd go in the gym. I'd grab an energy drink while I was there. And I'd work out for about 45 minutes. Then I would leave the gym. I would do all heavy work, short sets, all heavy work. I would leave the gym and I would go and grab like 5 burritos from Taco Bell, right? 5 burritos from Taco Bell on my way back to work, and I would slam those on my way back to work. And I would do that every single day. Whatever wasn't sore, I was working out every single day for about the first 4 months. And then I realized that there was a better way to do it. But in those 4 months, mind you, I got a little fluffy, right? I put a little bit of body fat on in those 4 months. And before I realized how much diet needed to change. But I did go from 117 pounds to 150 pounds in 4 months. So it worked. It just didn't work exactly right, if that makes sense. And since then, obviously, I've done a lot more research and learning. So sorry, I'm in front of the picture. But it is one of those things of, you have to learn as you go if you don't have access to a lot of, like, I didn't really have anybody that was into fitness around, I had family, obviously, but not any of them are really big in the gym or big into fitness. My family was very busy. Great family. I love my family, but they weren't into fitness. So I didn't have a lot of that going on. Most of what I knew about fitness stemmed from calisthenics, from school and stuff, and I had to learn. Yeah, and then I was like, well, after those 4 months, I thought I knew everything first thing at that point, right? And after those 4 months, I was like, well, you know what? I'm pretty good at this. Let me do this for a living. And then I started learning so much more when I started going to school for it. That is incorrect, Crazy Steve. That is incorrect. That is factually incorrect. Please don't spread bad information in the stream. We are here to help people, and I don't want them walking away with bad information. Heavyweight makes a large difference. That's why at some point we see reduced gains from the same weights that we normally work with, right? You can gain muscle with less weight, sure, but you'll gain it slower. So number one, you have to decide what's considered bad form. A small cheat in a rep isn't necessarily bad form. If someone's obviously going to hurt themselves, that's different. But if you have to hinge a little bit on a deadlift for a PR, that's okay, as long as it's a small hinge, or you're doing it safely and you understand the risk involved with that, right? It's not always a bad thing to have a little bit of a hitch or have a little bit of an assist on a curl. That's why things like heavy negatives are so useful. So I took a weight gainer for a while. I took weight gain protein. So I took a bulking protein shake. That was my weight gaining supplement. and it's just a ton of carbs. So heavy weights are going to be ideal for development. Yeah, it'll help. A little bit of a swing, a little bit of a push. All right. I'm gonna put that guy on another 24. He just keeps spamming the same 3 things. All right. At least he's not saying F you in the chat anymore. You can add reps in place of weight if you don't have more weight. But it's ideal is to progressively increase the amount of weight that you're lifting on a routine basis. All right, let me grab the first set of these. I got to get a set of 7 going here. All right, just some tricep extensions. 230 is the first set. Just a set of 7. I'm not sure who's giving who a tough time, but let's keep it cool in the chat, guys. And we're talking about the guy that was talking about weights. Yeah, everybody's doing all right at the moment. No, we're developing a different type of muscle here. So I'm a power lifter. I'm looking for very, very lean, very explosive strength. I want to be able to move weight from one point to another very easily, very efficiently for shorter sets. I'm not looking to do 100 reps of 225. I want to do 1 rep of 500. So I'm looking to move heavier, progressively heavier weight. So. And these reps are pretty slow. It's just not very heavy. This is 275 according to the block. Let's go ahead and pull it. Y'all know how these blocks work. They're not perfect attributions to what the weight actually is, but so think about it from this perspective. Our bodies adapt to whatever we're doing on a routine basis, right? So if I want to get really, really good, right, at something, let's say I want to get really, really good at moving 300 pounds by pushing it like this, right? The best way to get really, really good at moving 300 pounds by pushing it like this is to push objects like this, right? Our body will then allocate resources to the muscle groups that we're using every single day or every so often to do that task, right? So if I want to get good at the bench, I need to bench based on what I want to do on the bench. If I want to be really good at benching 225 1,000 times, then I need to try and bench 225 as many times as I can over and over and over again with proper rest until I can get it, right? Because my body's going to allocate resources in a way that allow me to do that eventually, hopefully. And then if I want to get good at benching 400 pounds on the bench, right, 1 or 2 times, then I need to bench as close to that as possible safely so my body will allocate resources to that task at a later date and get me to a point where that becomes an easy task. And then I increase the amount of weight and I continuously do that to build up that weight. Just like if you work, let's say you work at a place that you pack boxes and put them on a shelf, right? You work in a warehouse. If every day you're packing a box and lifting it overhead, our body is going to build muscle groups to make this movement more efficient and use less calories. How does it do that? It's going to put more skeletal muscle there to put less strain on the body to do this movement. Our body allocates resources to whatever we're doing on a routine basis and makes it easier to do. Therefore, we use less resources doing said activity repetitiously. That's how body mechanics work. Like basic. So yes, that is the basics of it. Short but heavy reps, eat a ton of food. Healthy food preferably, if you can afford it, because healthy food is not inexpensive. But I get a lot of trolls. There's nothing I can do about that. It's gonna happen. We just try and maintain a good environment. It works. It really does. Lift heavy, be heavy. That's the thing. Lift heavy, be heavy. Anybody that it is very rare that you'll find anybody that's extraordinarily big that will tell you otherwise, that hey, you don't need to lift heavy, right? Now on YouTube you might find plenty of YouTube experts, right? And you might categorize me that way, right? But no, I haven't. But they'll tell you that you can just lift low weight, high repetition and build a ton of muscle, right? That's not untrue, but also you're going to take a long time to do it. They're giving you the information you want to hear rather than the information you need to hear. I have a tendency to give people the information they need to hear and not information that they want to hear. So I'll tell you, I've lost clients that way. I've told clients the truth before and been like, hey, this is why you're not gaining. This is why you're not losing. And I've had people say, I'm done. I don't want to hear it. I'm out. But I don't like to keep people around just to have them, do the same thing over and over again and always wonder why they're not progressing. I'd rather give you the truth and watch you progress at risk of losing you as a client or even a friend or whatever else than, placate you and watch you suffer. So yeah, there is a lot of overcomplicating nowadays. But some things have developed over time. Some things have developed over time to be more complicated for a reason. So I do. From time to time I will do that. When clients achieve goals, I definitely want them to see reward. But the reward is mostly based on them seeing the changes. Their reward is seeing their body change, and they love it. Whew. But I've had clients that, have done competitions for weight losses, stuff like that, and they've seen prize money even when I was working for that company. But mostly the reward is, them winning, them doing well. They want to see the change. Those are 55s. We're just warming up. Yeah, that's my favorite activity, picking up heavy objects, right? I like lifting heavy circles. Wake up, fight gravity, wake up, eat, fight gravity, repeat. Wake up, eat, fight gravity, repeat. It's good rules to live by. All right, we're gonna grab the 70s in the next one. And then we've got deadlifts to finish off the night after that. I manage this gym, but I do not own it. So what's up?
Every day?
Every day, 7 days a week. I did 1,000 push-ups last night.
Yeah, I know.
Whew. I'm feeling it today.
No off days. It's good.
Well, Sunday's usually my off day from working out.
Yeah, but you was working.
It was a special occasion. I'm paying for it today. Sunday's usually my rest day.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think I've seen you take a rest day either, so.
I don't. I really do. I'm not here for the body. I'm here for my fucking mental state.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you gotta make sure that speed bag stays where it's supposed to be, right?
Fucking motherfucker pissed me off. I'm fucking nervous. It's fucking 2025.
You in the right place now, you know?
Positive vibes.
Positive vibes, that's it right there.
Walk away. Somebody pisses you off.
Whew. All right, we're gonna grab the hundreds. Grab the hundreds. Rest days, I just don't lift as heavy. That's vaguely what it's become since starting the stream. I don't know, I just do. I used to tap them. I don't like the one set to failure mindset. That's not really my gig. I don't know. I do rubs, taps. It's just because I'm just keeping them warm, I guess. If you've ever seen, you'll see lifters that'll like slap the muscle group before they lift. Same idea. Keep it. It's like feeling like keeping it warm, right? So, well, with these, you mean like a regular belt? Not when I lift. I do. I'm a competitive powerlifter, professional powerlifter. Sleep. I slept for like 7 hours and then waited until tonight to stream. What exercise do I avoid? I do not avoid any exercises in particular. I used to not like squats too much, but it's more of a discipline thing. If I find myself avoiding an exercise in particular, I make myself do it. So I force myself into it if I find myself avoiding something in particular. Whew. Squats used to be the bane of my existence. I squat twice a week now, so. We are taking it easy to recover tonight. We are still taking it easy to recover tonight. It is relative. It is for sure relative. You notice my breathing is a lot more controlled today. We're doing a squat PR here soon. I would imagine I'm in the low fours right now. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm much higher than that. My squat's my worst lift. I haven't done a squat PR in a very long time. Forearms, I like kettlebell rotations. I'll show those at the end of the stream. A 6 day a week full upper body, push and pull. Full chest, shoulders, triceps, biceps, back, lats, delts, everything. And then I deadlift 3 times a week, squat twice a week. Like I said, I have no idea what my squat PR is right now. I have no squat PR. I've never PR'd squat outside of like maybe years ago. Years. I would imagine in the fours. I'm not going to give myself much more than that. We will squat this week though. We're squatting tomorrow actually. I don't know if we'll go for a PR, but we're definitely going tomorrow. Going to squat. So. All right, let me grab this for the other side real quick. Yep. Ah. Nope, not at all actually crazy. I quite enjoy being natural. Quite enjoy being natural. We're in a deadlift, guys. Twice a week I squat. Twice a week I squat, David. Hey, Raymond's back. No, she's not big into the gym vibe. She is very much naturally pretty fit aesthetic wise. So that's why I've got to maintain. I got to always impress, you know. How's it going, Mr. Worldwide? Glad you're back. Glad you're back. I'm going to grab this bar. I usually always give y'all a peek at how I get the bar off the rack and throws people off. But the best way I feel is to save and conserve time, because time is a commodity we don't get more of, right? How's it going, Forrest? Welcome back. I don't think so. I'm a pretty nice guy usually, I imagine. I don't have a lot of people getting scared. Nice, 20 likes. That's cool. I appreciate it. It helps out a lot. It gets more people in the stream. It's gonna help me get monetized. In the meantime, between now and I get monetized, all my support goes directly through my Buy Me a Coffee. So if you have a little bit, something that you want to throw my way, help me purchase equipment and things, it helps out a lot, but I don't expect it from anybody. So I do record a video if you do it though. A personalized thank you video. Let's get a warm-up set. What was weird and called for? Whew. You're probably not far off, Prodigy. The red in the beard throws people off, right? So I do one day where I go heavy and go to about 90, or I just break 90. And then I do one day where I go super low on the depth. So we're going to go to 4 plates tonight at least. So I do one super low depth day where I get super as low as I can get, like almost glutes touching the floor. And then I go one where I go heavier, I don't quite go as low, to work depth for competition and stuff. So, all right, let me add some weight. All right, add some weight. Same intensity, same reps, just different ranges. I have 3 kids. Yeah, I noticed the plates don't match. That's unfortunate, isn't it, Dylan? It's unfortunate. Hold on, we're gonna add another plate. We're gonna put this one facing out. Put this one facing out. All the other ones are facing in, but we're gonna put this one facing out. Why? Because we're gonna be a menace right now. Menace to society. Menace to society. They're great plates. I actually really like the ones with the handles. check the stream, make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. $10 plates go to the buffet. That's solid. All right, let's grab these. Let's grab these. We're gonna do this for a double, maybe a triple, and then we'll add some more weight. So probably go straight to 405 after this. Let's grab a triple here though. I plan on 3. Let's plan on 3. All right. They're in a row at the end for the giggles. 475 is my recorded max at the moment. 480 is moved though. Whew. All right, let's add some more weight. Let's add some more weight. Believe it or not, I actually have 2 other types of plate I can add that are still 45s. A sciatica can make deadlifts tough. I have a client that suffers with that during deadlifts. So I don't do anything to failure, generally. Not much you can do during a spot of a deadlift. 3 plates, I could probably get close to 20, 21 reps, I'd imagine. I mean, I have no idea to be honest, but I would imagine I might be off. I might be less. I'm gonna grab 405 next, so I'm gonna grab some more plates here in a second. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. All right, let me add some more weight. All right. Let's add. So we're gonna add 45 more pounds. So I do not have a favorite wrestler. I was never really big into wrestling. What y'all think? We use a couple of these instead? Should we use a couple of these? Hold on. That's 30. What was that? Let's put another 10 on there. Here's another 10, so that makes 40. I think I have some 2.5s. We can make 5. Hold on. Let me find some 2.5s. We'll make a 5. We found the 2.5s, guys. I have a few cops I used to work out with. They're pretty strong dudes. Pretty strong dudes. Not all of them do it, but can y'all see the? There we go. All right, I'm gonna go grab a belt, and then we're gonna get this 405 in real quick. So. All right, 405. Hopefully you guys like the way I've set the bar up. This is more funny for me most likely than anybody else, I'm gonna be honest. All right, four plates aside, vaguely. Quick single, maybe a double if it feels really good. Let's go. Yep. Ooh, felt good. Moved pretty good. Ha. Felt good. Might add a little bit more weight. I haven't decided yet. Might go for one more. So I tend to leave my belt a little bit loose, I'm gonna be honest, so it can move. But this is probably the tightest I ever use it, or ever keep it. The reason I lift with the belt on, it's more a mental thing than anything else. I've done up to like 430 without the belt. I tried to go over that. But yes, it is like a last ditch effort / fail safe to prevent injury if everything else fails. It's more of like a backup when used properly. So you can use it to keep you stable if you want to rely on it. But if you're using it the right way and you're still doing the right movement and the right, prep for the movement, it should be a fail safe. All right, so let's add another like 5 pounds. We'll grab one more just to finish the night off, but I've got to get some rest. So I've got to get some rest. I'm going to show you guys that forearm rotation exercise I was talking about before we go there. I promised I would, so I will. Another 10 pounds added. We'll do 415 real quick. How's it going, Rav? Parker Brawls. Let's get rid of Parker Brawls real quick. All right, let me see what was said. Yeah, this is. I go live every night around this time. This is competition legal. At least in my federation. I can't guarantee in your federation, so. No, not on deadlifts. Not generally on deadlifts. If I'm feeling, if I miss a heavier rep for some reason, I will go lower and rep a couple times. But unless I miss, I don't drop on deadlift. Yeah, forearms will be last exercise of the night. We're not going to do a ton of forearms. I'm just going to demo forearms for you guys. In the meantime, let's get that like up. Let's get the likes up, guys. Sorry if my energy seems lower than usual tonight. Still recovering. All right, one more of these. Uh, 415. Nate, hold on. 405, 410, 415. All right. And I'll probably walk it into the rack, make my life a little bit easier in the long run here. All right. Let's put this up now. Hey, if that isn't a like, What's that, Mr. Gray? My community, or are you talking to someone else? I am a local lifter, but I lift locally a lot, so. Yeah, I ignored Josh's comment, I'm gonna be honest. I saw it, chose to bypass it. I've got a lot of Scottish and Irish ancestry. Scandinavian. Appreciate it, Dill. Alright. We've got some forearm work to do now. Just going to demo some forearm work for you guys. I'm not going to do a ton of it. Maybe a set, maybe two. We'll see how it feels. We're going to grab a kettlebell and head over there. Really all we need for this is a kettlebell. 25-pound kettlebell will do well. Once in a blue moon, I'll do farmer's carries. I used to do them a lot more. Those Irish potatoes help. Yeah, there you go. It's the beard is what does it. The red beard is plus 10 to the strength. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. All right. So this is if you're trying to develop specifically your forearm. Someone asked this question earlier. I don't know if you're still here, but someone wanted to develop forearm specifically, right? So you don't have to use a solid box for this. I can go either way with it. You could put a mat on top of a solid box. You could do this on the floor. I'm gonna do it on a box so you guys can see it. Straps are not allowed for deadlifting, at least. No deadlifting straps. You can have wrist wraps, but they can't be looped on your thumbs in a lot of federations. So some federations disallow them, actually, if I'm not mistaken. It just depends on who you lift with. But like deadlifting straps, powerlifting is no go. That would be strongman that allows the straps and the suits. All right. So if you are trying to develop specifically your forearm strength, this is a movement I've helped people develop grip strength with before. So you've probably seen this in like a challenge video in the past, but it actually is a really good forearm development tool. So arm out straight on the box like this, right? We're gonna try and make this all in our forearm. So we're just rotating our hand, right? Rotating our hand. You should see that flexion in your forearm. So grip around the bell, thumb over top, and we're just gonna flip the kettlebell over, and then we're gonna reverse the movement while keeping our forearm flat on whatever we're lifting on, right? And try and have as little motion with the rest of the body as possible. And this is going to target your forearm. It'll help develop grip strength. It will. These are a lot tougher than they look, mind you. It's once you're getting up a little heavier in weight, these feel like you're trying to pull it out of concrete. I like to do sets of 7 an arm, and then just like anything else I do for strength, I do sets of 7 an arm, and then I increase the weight, and then trickle it down to 3, and then singles or doubles depending on the weight. Right now, this is 25 pounds. I've done this up to, I believe, 50 pounds. They get extremely heavy extremely quickly though, so just be mindful that it's not as easy as it looks. So, in fact, you can already see that pretty much all the veins in the forearm are already starting to pop out. So that vein was not showing quite that much earlier, if I'm not mistaken. So getting that good forearm pump almost immediately. So, but yeah, try them out. They work. They work. And make sure you're getting back and forth motions. So, and if you get to a point where you're not able to get it back and forth, you can also give yourself just a tiny assist. So just a tiny assist. So to assist these, you're just going to press down on this side, or you're going to pull up underneath here just ever so slightly with your thumb as much as you need. That's how I like to do it. So I'll wrap my thumb or put my thumb underneath if it's not a lot of help I need, and then I'll start lifting with this, and then I'll just slightly push down on the handle until it's almost at the rotation, and then I'll finish it off like that. Other direction, it's a lot easier. You start the rotation, you get as much flexion as you can on that forearm, and if for some reason you can't move it, right, it's not moving, it's easy. Just just give yourself that little bit of momentum if you can't manage to move it. Be careful not to squish your fingers. So keep your hands clear. So mostly shoulder press, a lot of bench. I do a lot of shoulder work. I do shoulder work 6 days a week. So heavy shoulder work. And yes, they do burn a lot. These are one that you don't want to have any other movements afterwards, because your forearms, your grip is going to be smoked if you do them properly. So welcome from Brazil. I'm about to put this kettlebell up, and then we're going to call it a night, guys. And we're going to call it a night. Ooh, it was a good stream, though, for a recovery stream. How much do I charge for training? So my virtual program, which is still one-on-one training, I do all your programming and your nutrition, is $50 a month. I do in-person training, but I imagine you're too far away to do in-person training. So I saw it as a challenge, actually. If you're interested in the program, my strength program, you just go to getcoachchris.com. That's where you can sign up for my strength program, and I immediately start working with you the day of. So, but that movement, where did I learn it? So, it was a challenge video, actually. So I saw someone do a kettlebell flip challenge. It was Brian Shaw, World's Strongest Man, among others. And at the time, I was doing a lot of challenge shorts. So if you guys haven't seen my shorts, I do a lot of challenge shorts, or I used to. I do more lives now. But I tried it, and it was tough. But then I realized that that movement was also isolating the forearm really well. And I was like, well, let me try that for reps. And I tried it for reps, and I was like, that's amazing. That's a great movement, actually, outside of the challenge, right? And once I figured that out, I implemented it for a couple of clients that were struggling with grip strength, and I noticed immediate results for them. So it's a great movement. But that's where I learned it. I learned it on YouTube scrolling challenges, believe it or not. So I did research after the fact, but that's where I initially saw it. A lot of the time, I end up taking things and making them my own after I see a version of something, if I don't like the movement itself. I've developed a lot of movements that way. That movement I didn't develop myself, obviously, but I have had a few movements that I've developed from other movements that I've seen. So, all right, let's take a look, see how I'm going to take a peek on all our notifications real quick, and then it'll be time for me to go, guys. Time for me to go. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Well, it is time for me to call it for the night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. If you do get the opportunity to support the stream at the Buy Me a Coffee, it's in the pinned comment. Anything helps. Helps me get new equipment. I'm going to be getting a new tripod here soon, so you can help support that. Also helps me support the caffeine habit I have. So if you guys feel inclined, do that. If not, it's cool. But you guys have a good one. I appreciate you guys being here as always, and I'll be back again tomorrow night. Thanks.